The dark truth of the Zanpakuto. What really are the Zanpakuto and how exactly are they created? As we are told by Owetsu Numaya during his training of Renji and Ichigo during their time at the Royal Palace, the process of creating an Asauchi is oddly similar to the way Sosuke Aizen created the Hollow White. That is of course by layering many Soul Reaper souls together, which of course begs the question, where is Owetsu Numaya getting these souls from? Well, something that is told to us by Kisuke Urahara while he and Hiyori were visiting the Maggot's Nest prison during the Turn Back the Pendulum arc is that there was no official way to resign from the 13 court guard squads. You are allowed to have a leave of absence, but extending that time will result in expulsion, and these expelled court guard members are contained within the Maggot's Nest. However, the Maggot's Nest also holds those who have committed no crimes, and those who were ordered to forcibly resign on the basis of being, quote, dangerous elements. It would seem that the only individuals who are actually allowed to retire from service are members of the great noble houses, such as Ginrei Kuchiki. This leads me to believe that the creation process for the Asauchi involves layering the souls of fallen Soul Reapers, executed criminals, including deserters, and those who die or become so dangerous that they warrant execution from the Maggot's Nest, to create a new purely spiritual body. These spiritual entities are then forged into the form of a sword, before being given to a Soul Reaper who then imprints their soul onto the blank spiritual canvas. This results in the creation of an extremely powerful weapon that perfectly reflects its wielder's soul, a Zanpakuto. This process ensures that all those who try to leave their service, were killed during service, or violated the laws of Soul Society, will live on, strengthening the forces that guard Soul Society and its laws forever. However, the strangeness behind the creation of the Zanpakuto stretches all the way back to before the first perfect Asauchi was ever forged by the Sword God, a time when the barrier stopping Owetsu from perfecting the titular blades of the Shinigami was removing individuality. In the era before Soul Reapers were equipped with Zanpakuto, an immensely powerful hollow laid siege to Soul Society. This monstrosity even defeated the future head captain and founder of the Gote 13, Genryusai Yamamoto, before attempting to scale the heavens in order to devour the Soul King in his palace. This action, however, led to the interference of the Royal Guard, Ichibe Hyosube and Owetsu Numaya, who stripped the hollow of its name and sealed it in the form of a sword, before the Manaka Osho granted it a new name, Ikomiki Domoe. However, after his defeat, there were undoubtedly countless dead Soul Reapers left in the wake of Ikomiki Domoe, and I believe after realizing that the Soul Reapers as they were could not defend against the most powerful of Menos should they make their way to the Soul Society again, Owetsu hastened to perfect his forging technique using the souls of Soul Reapers who fell against Ikomiki Domoe, and did so, forging the first perfect Asauchi. I believe the very idea for this came from an understanding of the Menos themselves, as through a process of constantly devouring one another they grow immensely in size and power, but lose their individuality amongst the many souls within one body. And so the Sword God would apply this concept to his next Asauchi, using the souls of all those who fell against the walking calamity to forge a blade for a promising young man who survived the battle, the youthful hero named Shigekuni Yamamoto. This Asauchi would be given to the future head captain and forged into the flames of order, shaped by Yamamoto's conviction to maintain peace and order throughout the Soul Society at any cost, and would become the first Zanpakuto, Ryujin Jaka. We can see this concept of death for the cost of the destruction of great evil reflected in the head captain over 2,000 years later, when Sosuke Aizen asks if he is really okay with burning away all of the officers for the sake of defeating him, to which the head captain replied, "Die to eliminate great evil. That is the credo of the 13 court guard squads." We see from this that it is the belief of those in power within the Gote that it is a Soul Reaper's duty to die to eliminate evil, and we know from the Maggot's Nest that those who try to leave their service through any way other than death will be incarcerated or eliminated, with the final piece of the puzzle being that the Asauchi, and therefore the Zanpakuto, are created by layering many Shinigami souls until they lose individuality. The dark truth of the Zanpakuto is that when the mightiest of Menos brought ruin to Soul Society, the Soul Reapers were powerless to stop it, inspiring the Sword God to take a page from the Book of the Hollows and remove individuality like the Menos do, allowing him to create the first perfect Asauchi from those who fell against Ikomiki Domoe. That Asauchi would become Ryujin Jaka and would be wielded by Genryusai Yamamoto, the man who would found the 13 court guard squads, and slowly over time, as Soul Reapers died in battle, committed crimes, or tried to leave their service, their souls would be harvested in order to create the Asauchi. In this way, there was never truly an end to the service of the Soul Reapers, as even in death they formed the backbone of strength for the next generation as Zanpakuto. In other words, eternal service to the cause.